Good morning. It's really a question as old as the ages, of course. What happens when we die? And is it possible that the dead return, reborn as others? Okay. It's a leap for many of us, maybe most Americans, but recently we met a little boy and his mother who are convinced he lived a previous life.
A 4-year-old boy from Oklahoma began waking up screaming in the middle of the night, clutching his chest and gasping for breath. His mother found him drenched in sweat, trembling as he whispered desperate words about his heart exploding and being unable to breathe. What started as nightmares evolved into one of the most compelling and scientifically documented cases of past life memories in modern history. Ryan Hammons, born in 2004 in rural Oklahoma, would soon shock his Christian family and captivate researchers with detailed recollections of a glamorous Hollywood life he had never lived. The emergence of memory.
It was scary at times because he wouldn't sleep at night. He would wake up in the middle of the night screaming and crying. One night he said, "Mom, I have something I need to tell you. I think I used to be somebody else." He started just telling me these stories about how he had lived in Hollywood.
Ryan Hammons was born in an ordinary Christian family in Muskogee, Oklahoma in 2004. His parents, Cindy and Kevin, maintained their faith and daily routines through tranquil years, until Ryan's 4th birthday marked the beginning of a torrent of unexplained chaos. The boy was seized by violent, recurring nightmares. He clutched his chest in the dark, gasped for air, and wept about his heart exploding. When comforted, Ryan revealed an agonizing detail. He believed he had already died, and not as himself. At first, his mother attributed the nightmares to psychological growing pains. She consulted pediatricians, hoping for an ordinary explanation. Instead, the nightmares intensified. Ryan's dreams turned into waking behaviors. He staged movies from beneath his bed covers, calling out action like a seasoned director, and referenced settings like Hollywood, utterly foreign to his upbringing. Then came the confession. Ryan, with solemn seriousness, told his mother he once lived as someone else. At first, Cindy brushed it aside, thinking it was childhood fantasy, yet the stories grew more elaborate and specific. Ryan claimed he'd had 3 sons who were not his by birth, but who bore his name. He wept for the life and people he'd left behind, mourning lost children whose names eluded him. He described locations in Beverly Hills, a luxurious house with a swimming pool, and even recalled directing films alongside famous Hollywood actors. Unable to make sense of her son's shifting reality, Cindy scoured the internet and regional libraries for information on reincarnation and past life memories. What she discovered was both reassuring and astonishing. Ryan was not alone. Other children had described similarly inexplicable memories tied to verified past events. Sifting through books about old Hollywood, hoping to confront Ryan's fantasies with reality, she inadvertently triggered a crucial breakthrough. While flipping through images from the golden age of Hollywood, Ryan became electrified by a black and white still from Night After Night, a 1932 movie featuring Mae West. He pointed to 2 actors and identified one as George Raft, then, without hesitation, pointed to a lesser-known man in the background. "That guy's me. I found me." His conviction, coupled with the specificity of his recollections, pushed his mother further into the realm of scientific inquiry. The scientific response, an inquiry at UVA.
Now, Ryan gave more details than many of the children do, but what really made his case quite unique was when he pointed to this picture of an obscure person in the past and said that's who he had been. And it was this Marty Martin, of course, and it turned out that Ryan had said many things that did fit for Marty Martin's life.
Cindy, confronted by memories that exceeded her understanding, reached out to Dr. Jim Tucker, a psychiatrist and researcher at the University of Virginia's Division of Perceptual Studies, DOPS. The DOPS, founded by Dr. Ian Stevenson, had cataloged thousands of cases worldwide in which children reported verifiable facts about previous lives. Tucker, having inherited Stevenson's legacy, approached Ryan's case with rigor. Before revealing the identity of the mysterious man in the photograph, Tucker documented every detail Ryan had mentioned. Ryan described traveling on ocean liners like the Queen Mary, attending glamorous parties, dining at a favorite Chinese restaurant, owning many sunglasses, and dying of a heart attack at age 61. Even more intricately, he recounted having 3 sons who were not biological, changing actors' names, and residing in a Beverly Hills house. These claims, spanning specific historic periods and unique circumstances, offered fertile ground for verification. The scientific breakthrough came when researchers confirmed that the man Ryan identified was indeed real. Marty Martin, born Morris Kolinsky, a dancer and actor who appeared as an extra in Night After Night before reinventing himself as a Hollywood talent agent. Martin's life, overlapping obscure corners of film history, was not the typical fodder of Hollywood biographies. Details are accessible only through painstaking examination of census data, travel manifests, marriage certificates, and family records. Martin was born to Ukrainian Jewish immigrants in Philadelphia. He journeyed with his surviving sister to New York, adopted Martin as his professional surname, and entered the Hollywood talent business, representing luminaries like Glenn Ford. His agency specialized in reinventing movie stars, often changing their names for stage appeal, strikingly similar to Ryan's specific memories about facilitating name changes for actors. Ryan's claim about 3 stepchildren proved especially remarkable. Martin married 4 times, with only 1 biological daughter but 3 adopted sons through his final marriage to Margaret Skoras. The boys' recollections, ostensibly impossible for an unconnected child from Oklahoma, matched the historic record in a way that stunned even seasoned researchers. And Ryan described Martin's dislike of cats, preference for dogs, peculiar fondness for sunglasses, and his political leanings, all corroborated by Martin's surviving family and the historical record. The journey to validation. To test the authenticity of Ryan's memories, Tucker arranged for the family to travel to L.A. The boy was brought to the former site of Marty Martin's home on North Roxbury Drive, a location Ryan had described with unsettling precision. He recognized the house, detailed its structure and features, and instantly identified a swimming pool he'd never seen before. The layout of the home matched Ryan's childhood descriptions, reinforcing the possibility that his memories transcended ordinary explanation. Ryan's knowledge extended to Martin's agency building, which he recognized as if returning to a place of work after decades away. Observers chronicled his emotional, confident response and commented on how Ryan carried himself with a sense of longing, recognition, and nostalgia far outside his childhood experience. Perhaps most notably, Ryan met Martin's surviving daughter. Their meeting revealed a complex emotional exchange. Ryan recognized her from his memories, but felt a profound sense of loss, lamenting how she hadn't waited for him in the way he remembered her from decades prior. The daughter supplied verification for details Ryan couldn't have known. Her father's green car no one else drove, acquiring a dog at his insistence, and a long-term dislike of cats. Ryan's case became the focus of numerous television documentaries and scientific publications. His ability to recall 55 specific, independently verified facts about Martin's life, spanning the agent's obscure Hollywood career, detailed family dynamics, travel experiences, and intimate quirks, was recognized as one of the strongest modern reincarnation cases ever documented. The fading light. As Ryan aged, researchers observed a common pattern. The vivid, troubling memories of his previous life faded as he grew into his teenage years. By the time he approached adolescence, the nightly terrors stopped, and his connection to Marty Martin's life diminished. He transitioned into a conventional childhood, relieved by his family's support and his own acceptance of a new reality. The process mirrored thousands of similar cases in Tucker's database, where children often begin expressing past life memories between ages 2 and 5 and lose them as they become immersed in their present lives. 2,500 cases documented globally, DOPS researchers highlight systematic patterns. A majority of remembered deaths are violent or unnatural, and the time between death and rebirth averages about 16 months. Children sometimes present birthmarks, mirroring wounds suffered in their alleged previous lives, a phenomenon with no conventional explanation. While some critics argue that coincidence or cryptomnesia could explain such cases, the evidence compiled in Ryan's story demands deeper analysis. Now it's time to hear from you. Does Ryan's extraordinary account support the survival of consciousness beyond death? Let us know your thoughts in the comments section below.